Dan Moskal here, and we're talking about how to overcome adversity. And there's three big points we're going to hit on. First is professional, second is life, and then third is relationships and things that happen. So the really first point here, beyond just life is by definition tough. It is a roller coaster. Life is not some simple, easy, nice world. There are bad things that happen to everyone. And the first point really is the financial setbacks. Every success book teaches it and says it. You can be wiped out, and once you learn the tools and the fundamentals, you can go and recreate a fortune. And just as an example, a few examples of how true this is, a small, short list of the alumni of bankruptcy include Walt Disney, Dave Ramsey, Conrad Hilton, J.C. Penney, P.T. Barnum, Sam Walton, James Folger of Folger's Coffee, David Buick. One of my early mentors went bankrupt twice. Nobody would ever guess it from looking at them today. People look at your successes. So financial and adversity in difficult times is part of the path of building lasting success. And success really starts on the inside. And one of the last points here is Ben Franklin, when he was a young man, got stranded in London for 2 full years based off a politician, I believe it was the governor of Pennsylvania, William Keith, had promised him that he was going to send him letters of credit and help him out. And Ben Franklin just got stuck for 2 years. Nothing. So the next point here is personal and, dealing with loss. And Michael Jordan's dad was murdered. Lee Miltier, her husband, when she was in her 20s, was murdered. Ben Wilson, you may be familiar with him. He was one of the top high school basketball players. He was murdered and shot down. And his mother said this: "It's not how long you live, it's how you live." And one of the big keys that Michael Jordan says and others say is, to be thankful for the time and what you do get. Because after all, you may not everybody's lucky enough to have time with their parents. And the third and last point we want to hit on here is just life happening, whether it be relationship or whatever. Barbara Corcoran of the hit TV show Shark Tank, when she first set up her real estate business, her boyfriend and business partner ended up leaving her for his secretary. Maurice Bickham spent 38 years wrongfully convicted in prison, and when he got out at 78, he said it was a glorious experience. Earl Nightingale, who I'm sure you've heard of and are familiar with, he grew up in a tent. His dad left the family, and he was one of the few survivors of Pearl Harbor. Things happen in life. It's not about all this stuff that happens. It's about how you respond and what you do with these things, whether it be your health, whether it be your family, whether it be financial. If you're lucky enough to be seeing this, to be hearing this, to be whatever it is, take a moment and be thankful, say thank you, have some gratitude, that positivity and happiness, synthetic happiness, all the eggheads, from Dan Gilbert to Martin Seligman, guys that I respect, but, the eggheads are researching this. Synthetic happiness and just putting a smile on your face is proven to help you. And that's a whole lot better than thinking negatively about all the things that happen and being a victim. Bad things happen to everyone. I'm not saying that it's fair, because it sure isn't fair, but that's life. Whether you like it or not, unfortunately, that is life. And here's the bottom line. At the end of the day, if you can't make yourself happy when you've got nothing and when everything's going wrong, you're not going to be happy when you have, a fortune and everything's going right. If you can be happy when everything's going wrong, then I guarantee you when everything is going right, you'll be able to appreciate it a whole lot more. And in one of Tom Cruise's movies years ago, Vanilla Sky, his co-star, said you can't have the sweet without the sour. So sometimes adversity is there to really help you. It truly does. And it really makes you appreciate putting things back together. And you can choose. You are in charge, and you are in charge of what you focus on. And that brings me all the way back around to the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. I hope I said that correctly. He came out and was the pioneer of the 80-20 rule. And the truth is, you know, at every point, even Donald Trump has things in his life that aren't perfect. That's the way life is. If you can appreciate the good and say, okay, you know, we'll work on the stuff that isn't exactly the way we want it, and you can synthesize your own happiness, you'll be a whole lot better off, because negative mentality, negative attitude, it doesn't produce good results. Bottom line, period. So this is Dan Moskal. Please subscribe and join our congregation. We're going to include a link in the description below to an article at our website. Please visit. We're currently giving away a free report. You can find any one of my 9 books, including The Magical Message of Success, at Amazon, iTunes, Barnes & Noble, on the Kindle, Nook, and in audio book. Please have a fantastic afternoon. Please like this video, and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.